This conference will now be recorded.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I want to call this meeting to order. See any public comments?
Nope, don't have public comments today.
Okay.
Oops. Better turn that
The agenda.
down. Okay.
Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Do administrative business.
Okay. In your packet, you have the sales tax, which was 79,000. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see. 40 something.
408.
So I-
408.56.
So I'd read that right, that's a record?
It's really been,
That's
Yeah.
highest sales
Pretty close.
tax.
Yeah, I still think it's amazing that our sales tax are going up every month in Marion County. That makes people shopping locally,
I think people have gotten used to doing that, and
buying more vehicles. Or
I don't know about that.
There ain't many
Well,
to sell.
and
You gotta find one.
And when you, I believe when you buy online now, sales tax comes to local
Yes.
jurisdiction.
Yeah, there's vehicles out there.
Yeah,
They're all
we're
sitting on the
paying,
racetrack.
Western Associates paying sales tax about 20 states right now.
Yeah,
Time we sell some.
There were no invoices for Western Associates or Alcon.
Goodness, what's going on?
Okay, and then we have the grand total payday, which is $1,012,088.06.
I'll make the motion to approve that.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
4-0.
Okay, so here's the payroll board and the warrant register for your signatures. I started down at the other end.
Yeah, right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me make sure it was rushing me. Does anybody have any questions?
Peter decided to do updates this morning.
Does anybody have any questions on any of the warrants? Okay.
First time ever.
What is going on?
I wasn't supposed to be here, remember?
On the Verizon cell phone, do they, how much I get a company plan or a corporate plan?
We have a government plan.
Okay, that's.
It's just that they can't process our payments properly if we put them all together. So we have to do each department separately because they have trouble applying the payments, so. But yes, we do have a rep
Got
in it,
a good rate then.
yeah. We do have a lot of phones, especially road to bridge, yeah.
I bet they got used yesterday.
Yeah.
Cheaper two-way radio transmitter.
Well, probably.
Well, they also can't use, they need a camera, they need
Yeah.
other
Technology besides just this.
than just communicating.
Yeah.
I'll leave it here in case, I haven't heard from Randy, so.
Probably can't get here.
Well, they're all open. Everything's open this morning.
Sure. Pull in and look at Remington right there. You can't even go
Oh,
to
I
the
mean,
south shop.
The roads
paved
here.
roads.
No,
Yeah, there's some other roads aren't.
they're still submerged.
You always go through Florence, it's only 3 miles farther.
Say what?
Go through Florence, it's only 3 miles farther, so
Okay, I have the minutes from May 24th.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes from May 24th.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That's 4-0. Sign my name.
I'll adjust the print underneath later. In your packet, you have a proclamation for a state of local disaster emergency. We did have a verbal declaration yesterday morning by the chairman, and that's indicated in here. This declaration, it basically starts the 7-day period starting yesterday. So we may have to address it again at your next meeting, depending on where we are with that. So that is adopted by a motion and a vote.
I'll make a motion to approve the declaration of state and local disaster emergency for Marion County dated May 28, 2021.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Everybody want to start it?
Oh.
Everybody has their own line to sign, so.
Okay.
Some people want to sign first and they're running the meeting. In your packet, you had an agreement for project 508601 with KDOT, and this is for a local bridge improvement program. And so this is the actual agreement with KDOT on that. And your previous action on this was on March 22nd. You have already approved the quote from Norfolk Contracting for a 24 by 70 long steel beam bridge. And this is to replace a fracture critical bridge on Goldenrod between 160th and 170th. And the estimated county cost is $150,000. The total project estimate is $267,000. So you've already approved the project and approved the contractor on this. We just need to approve the agreement with KDOT.
Make a motion to approve the agreement with KDOT.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. And this one,
This is.
Huh?
yeah, they just send it with, the KDOT puts these together and they never put the whole number line, so you can just sign underneath. Or the chairperson can just sign if you want to authorize him to just sign, or the vice chair. But you can just sign under, yeah, you'll sign here, and then the others can just make their own lines.
I'll make my own one.
Jenna, you'll make, okay, cause you'll.
Too late.
Just put your thumbprint on it.
I'll have to remind them next time we get one. Add a couple more lines on there.
You don't have to.
Yeah, they took care of it.
Beat you to it.
Yeah, I like I don't mind being down there at the bottom, because then I can get as sloppy as I want. I
Oh.
try to be conscientious, try not to be too sloppy, because Kent's got a sign right below me.
You say, what are you saying?
Yeah, ride like a doctor.
Huh?
You ride like a doctor.
Yeah.
Makes me feel good.
Okay, in your packet, there's the draft bid requests that, for the trucking, for the transfer station. I was just wondering if anyone has anything they feel like should be changed on that, or if it makes sense.
Pretty well the way it was before, in order to, we contract trucking once before, the county did.
We didn't bid that out, to my knowledge. I mean, I think we had a long-standing agreement with one trucking company that was in place before I came, so, this is our first time of actually, since I've been here, that I know of actually bidding something like this, so.
Jonah, did you see anything that sticks out to you, Kenneth?
No, I think it's well written.
Because it's mileage and
Yeah.
how many trips.
I could try to go back and research how they charged us back then, but it's been quite a while
Yeah.
since we've had
That's
anyone do that.
interesting.
The insurance is the biggest thing to me.
Right.
Would you have a fuel stipulation, or that would be enough for it?
I think that they can stipulate, they can mention something
And
if
the
there's a
fuel goes up and
concern
down.
on the way it's bid, that they can, and that could be addressed in the contract, you know?
Good.
Okay. So we'll get those out some which way.
Somebody.
Okay. So I wanted to ask, or talk to you a little bit about the upcoming meetings. Because you had asked for a road and bridge work session on June 1st, and then you asked for a regular meeting on June 1st, and with a road and bridge work session following. And right now, so there's a couple of, we'll just do this meeting first, and then I've got a question about another meeting. So right now, we have regular, like administrative at 12:30. We have Weed HHW transfer station at 1 o'clock for chemical bids and personnel executive session. We have at 1:30 emergency management executive session, which I've allowed 30 minutes for personnel performance. At 2 o'clock, you have the appraiser. They have requested, that office has requested 45 minutes to discuss a contract negotiation because the July 1st date for appraiser appointment is coming up. And so then we have the heated dock discussion at 2:45, and then 3:15, I put road and bridge department business. And so that leaves you with a work session for road and bridge not starting till 3:30. And with all the flooding and everything that's happened this week, I don't know that there's gonna be time to prepare for that. So I just was kinda curious what you wanna do, if you still wanna keep that on, or just do regular business, or, I mean, we could still keep it on, I just don't know how much time you're really gonna have.
What's the 7th meeting? Is it, Johnny got quite a bit there too, don't he?
Well, on the 7th,
We're gonna get down.
we will have more, because what you had also asked was you want department budgets to be submitted by the 11th, which means the 14th needs to be a budget meeting instead of a regular meeting, potentially. And that is my next question, that leads to my next question. Because we have a couple of other things that need to happen. We have to hold a public hearing for our community development block grant closeout. And so the ideal time to do that would be on the 14th, or unless you want to have a special meeting on a different day. And then if we schedule departments in for budget presentations on the 14th to go over what they've submitted, then we probably need to make that a longer meeting, like starting earlier. So,
What about the American Rescue Plan? What's going on there?
that's something that you all are gonna need to discuss too in one of your work sessions. Right now, I can tell you where we are with it. I mean, I sent you some information
Right.
about
Yeah.
things that it could potentially be used for. I did apply for Marion County's portion. We've received our first half. And I think that I've let you know all that, but, you have 3 years to spend that money, so it's not like you have to have a plan tomorrow.
No, it's
But it
smart.
is something that you need to have on your, it's on your list to
Yeah.
discuss, and you should be thoughtfully considering that, so.
I mean, I got an email this morning said that Marion County hadn't filled out the survey.
Well,
That's,
that's a
they
KAC
can't.
survey,
They do
and
that
I
all
did
the
fill
time.
it,
Okay.
I filled it out yesterday afternoon, I didn't
I
even know there
understand.
was one, so, yeah. Marion County has responded to that survey. And that's just KAC gathering information about which counties have been funded.
Yeah. KC, oh no, that was in October, wasn't it?
KAC is in October, KCCA is coming up in June.
That's next week,
Yeah,
Yeah, well, it's.
end of next week,
No, middle.
middle,
No, middle of the
following week, yeah. Are you gonna go to Liberal?
I was thinking about it, but I don't know.
It's a good one, the one in October is good. They're kind of similar the way they plan things.
So back to your original point.
Yeah.
For the work session, how about if you would contact our road and bridge director and see how he feels? I mean, I know he's swamped. with
we
the-
discussed it just a little bit
Okay, you already
yesterday.
have.
He said, well, you can do the work session for me.
I
He was
think-
concerned because of everything that's
Sure.
happened in the
Right,
last couple of
right,
days.
right.
And, I mean, I suppose there's nothing stopping you from just going ahead and meeting and going over, you know, things that you want to address when we
Right.
have a full-fledged work session. But he was also concerned that by that time next week, they're gonna be really out there trying to fix some
Yeah, they gotta
damage.
keep their hands full of damage. So maybe on the first, if we could just have, since he is last on the agenda, which would be good, it could be just an extended department report, maybe? And then we can decide.
Or if we leave it as a work session, you could just talk through some things that
Sure.
you wanna,
Sure.
you know, whatever you all wanna do is fine with me.
Suggest that we just leave it on the schedule, but subject to change if it needs to pass.
Leave it on the schedule, that'd be my idea, leave it there and see how things shake out. And if it, we'll just have to cut it short if it doesn't work.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any information or anything that you know of already that you wanna discuss during that time?
I'd like the county layout, roads rebuild year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all updated. 'Cause last year we got that, and it showed certain roads, they got rebuilt, so those come off.
He's got
What's the other
5 years
ones?
on each one of those.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be good to have an updated one.
I just do better with pictures.
I'd like to have an updated equipment list too, what we're gonna have to be replacing, but, you know, I know time constraints kind of tough for him right now.
Hoping the whole lot I'm asking for is, or you're asking for is just stuff that he's got. pretty
Well, I
much.
think he has, but.
Yeah, we should have had it for
Yeah.
the meeting that got canceled a month ago.
And kids
Well, I
list-
think that work session, you had just asked about the equipment, so the equipment list, maybe they would have it.
Yeah, that's gonna need to, be nice to hit that before budget, which is.
Well, I think we need to, we need to have some discussion over the contract hauling,
Mhm.
because we've just had to do it the last few years, and it's just, I mean, it's really skewed the budget.
Yep, good budget.
And, you know, we just need to be, we need to prepare for that, because that's where it's going anywhere.
Yep.
Well, the events of just this week.
Yeah, the year's
Yeah.
budget just went away.
Yeah.
You got a whole year now to make it.
And can't imagine how much gravel we lost in one night.
Bank stabilization.
So just an update on that, we did receive our reimbursement this week for, I think it was 82,500 for that one stream bank. There were 2 areas that we worked with NRCS on, so.
And I did talk with Lisa Suderman. She's gonna start having meetings in July because the government's cutting the whole, sounds like cutting loose a lot of money in the spring bank, in that program.
Oh, okay.
And some enhancements and different things like that. I didn't get into the specifics on the cost share or anything like that, but she did say she's gonna start having some meetings, so I told her to keep me in the loop on that.
The other day you were talking about was 14th?
The 14th, right now we have it as just a regular meeting. If we want to have some of the department budget presentations on that day, I mean, you've asked for them by the 11th so that you can review, or do you want to set another day that week? We had initially set the 22nd when Scott Boyd is here, but if we do some of the department things earlier, like you guys discussed at the last meeting, then we can just send those things to him and maybe he can already have some of that entered into the budget forms.
Could we start some of those in the morning, still have a regular meeting in the afternoon?
You also already have,
Oh.
yeah, that's what I was asking, and then I need to schedule that, that hearing also, and I've got to publish that, so.
We could
So
do
right
those.
now, you have just the administrative, the judicial district is already doing their budget that day, and we just have 3 departments that are standing departments. We have ambulance, road and bridge, and planning and zoning, and then we have the Kansas Legal Services budget presentation. That's all that's on here right now, but if we're gonna make that into more of I think it would be helpful to make that to a fuller day, if you're okay with starting in the morning.
I mean, do we need to meet on the 15th? We do 2 days of meetings?
We may not, we may want to. You're gonna need time to get through all those
Yeah.
things.
I mean, if we do them all same day, we don't have time to ask questions. All right?
Okay,
What-
so,
We're supposed to ask questions.
all right,
You're on camera.
so how does that, let me, I
So
need
you
to
wanna
get
go all
my.
day?
Yeah.
on
Well,
Monday?
either that or do 2 half-days, or even 1 full day and a half-day. I think you're gonna need time.
Yeah, I think we go all day on the 14th. And then if we need to,
Do the afternoon of the 15th?
we can call a special meeting for the 15th. Right.
But I'd like to be able to schedule the
Yeah.
departments now. I don't-
Yeah,
No,
rather
I
than
mean,
call the-
schedule the departments for the 14th, but if we need extra time to have discussion, we can always call the special meeting.
You want to call them back the next day for discussion?
No,
Okay.
No, just to get through all of them.
amongst us going through everything.
You might as well make it a regular meeting on the 15th.
Okay.
Schedule it for a regular
Yeah.
meeting, or work session,
Maybe.
morning or afternoon.
She's got thoughts
I'm
rolling
just
around.
waiting. I'm just
Starts-
waiting for you
Morning or
to.
afternoon?
Start scheduling in the morning. I'd prefer to be a long day than 2 half-days.
Yeah, I prefer it to be a long day.
All right, we're gonna have a full day on the 14th.
Right. And if
So
we need to.
I
go-
was talking about the 15th.
Yeah,
You
if
want
we need
morning
to.
or afternoon?
Whatever works for,
Since it's budget.
Afternoon would work better for me.
Okay,
Since
But
the
it-
budget stuff,
I'll
does it have
make
to
it
be
work.
published on the 15th, or do we call a special meeting on the 14th for the 15th? if
You
we
can
need it?
call a special meeting at any time, but what I'm telling you is that it would be easier if you go ahead and set it now so I can
Pre-schedule.
schedule your department heads.
yeah.
Pre-schedule.
And give them more time.
Yeah.
Because what I'm hearing you say is that you want more time with each department so that you can be more thorough about asking questions when they do their presentation. And then, is that, I mean, that's what I heard you say, Dave.
Well, yeah, kind of ask, not silly question, but this question is why.
More educational.
Why do we need this, or do we really need that, or?
Or at least have conversation
Yeah.
about things that you may not be
Yeah,
ready to just put in.
Educate us on what they're doing.
So since I haven't been through it, how long do you normally schedule as a department?
Well, it depends on,
department.
15 minutes.
the size of their department a lot
Yeah,
of the times.
some of them
Like,
don't take very long,
Well, yeah.
others take a long time.
like register of deeds is like 10, 15 minutes
Okay,
at the
I can
most.
see that.
And, like some of the, sheriff, for instance, he has sheriff, jail, dispatch.
I can see that being
And
an
that one
hour.
is longer, but it's a lot of times not long enough.
Okay.
Are you not ready to set a meeting on the fifteenth? Is that, are you concerned
No,
about, or you
I'm-
just don't think we need it, or?
No, I'm just, go for it, we'll set it.
I just wanna make sure that
No,
I'm doing it the way you all want.
The budget is,
Probably start at 12:30 on the 15th.
Okay. Okay, so all day on the 14th, and then
Start at 9
12:30.
o'clock.
Start at 12:30 or 1 on the 15th, which one?
I'd rather go 9
12:30.
o'clock on, honestly, on the 15th. That way, if it goes long, it just goes long.
I think that Commissioner Becker might have a conflict in the
Oh.
morning.
I won't remember.
No, it don't work. Okay. Sure.
I'll work around,
No, no.
anything, okay?
No, no, that's
Don't let me stop.
Well, you can go late into the evening on the 15th too, it really makes no difference.
I think
Yeah.
we.
It's budget, when it's the most committed part of our job right now, so.
Right.
Okay, so 12:30 on 15th.
That'll be-
Yes.
Okay, and then, remember, we do have you scheduled all day on the 22nd,
Right.
and then again on the 28th, if you need it. Which is, not a regular meeting day, because we are meeting on the 30th, so, okay? I'll try to send you out some reminders, just with everything, okay? And does anybody need me to register them for the KCCA that's coming up in?
Talking June, early October.
No, we're talking 8th, 9th.
I'm talking
10th.
about June.
Next, yeah,
Okay.
week after next.
Okay,
I'll go October.
okay.
And that'll be in Wichita.
No, it'll be in Overland
Overland
Park.
Park.
Kansas.
Overland Park,
Be nice if it's in Wichita.
yeah, they had it there a couple of years ago.
And they're out of hotel.
They're out of hotel rooms already, yeah, that's what I heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They'll
Well, at
open
the-
up again.
At
Some
the
of them will.
convention, well, they're under construction at the hotel.
Oh,
For Overland Park?
Good choice of place at the meeting.
Good, very.
I'm sure more rooms will open up
It's
again.
at the Sheridan, there's a big one, expo.
Well, I'm
area.
sure a lot of the big counties probably just went and blocked 20 rooms.
A lot of counties do that. As soon as the announcement comes out, they put a whole bunch
I
of
mean, you
rooms.
should have got 10 rooms because you don't know what you're doing.
Jeez.
Okay,
You can always
one-
cancel.
One day, sleeping in my car.
We can find you another place.
I'm too old
May
for
not be
that.
beautiful. Okay.
Put the sliding camper in and just park out in front of the hotel.
There you go.
So part of the meeting, either on the 14th or 15th, will be this community development block grant hearing as well. So just so you're aware. All right, that's really what I needed to discuss with you, just to kind of see when we maybe could carve out a little bit more time, so. Okay, that's,
And we have no public comments.
There is no, not today.
we didn't schedule any just because
Oh,
it's
that's right, yeah.
special meeting just for payments and admin. Okay.
Move the meeting adjourn.
Second.
Third.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Thank you.
Whose car was that?
I have no idea.
God,
Did,
I got photo of it.
okay. Yeah,